Hello and welcome to Senioritis Season 2023. I am this year's host, Hannah Tirrell, and here is my co-host, Testa. Today, our guests are Bolanos and Maddi Carini, and we're going to talk about senior year. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our show. Well, thank you for being here.
Of course.
Yeah, so how are you feeling about senior year so far? How are we feeling?
Okay, so September, I was wicked stressed because just everything with college applications sucked. But I think the guidance counselors really helped with everything, and teachers were wicked receptive with helping us out and understanding that it was like a rough month. And for most people, like it still is. We're not going to be chilled out till November, but I feel like we have a lot to look forward to balance that stress out.
Yeah, senior year puts a lot on your plate very quickly with college, harder classes, everything stepped up a notch much faster than you expect. But I think, yeah, with teachers and peers helping you, it's been easy settling.
True.
Yeah, I agree with that. For me, it's definitely been a tough time. There's a lot happening. College applications are a huge stress. I feel like I'm all over the place. Don't know what I want to do with my life sometimes.
But we're fine.
It's great.
We're doing great.
Yes. So sometimes I'm like, yes, I want to do this. Sometimes I'm like, yes, I want to do that. But just like, I've got a lot of reassurance from Ms. Kosha saying like, I don't need to know.
Yeah.
You can ask any kid in the school here and they'd all say, I don't know.
No, yeah, and I feel like that's a thing that everyone just has to be comfortable with, of understanding that they're not going to know every single part of their life and nothing is going to be absolutely planned out. So just kind of like going with the flow is, I think, how we're going to have to do this year.
Yeah, I've been loving really taking advantage of those 5 excused absences for college tours.
Oh, nice.
Going on a little too many, but you know, we're having a good time.
Do you know where you want to go?
So far, going between, I think, UMass Boston or Stonehill, just somewhere that focuses on science.
You want to build robots, don't you?
I want to build robots. No, I'm looking at like the biochem kind of thing, literally only because like when people ask me, I feel like I'm pretty secure in what I want my major to be, but I'm picking biochem because that is the one that has the biggest span of things for me to do. So I really don't need to have any idea what I'm doing. As long as I know that I'm doing something in science, then I can major in biochem. So it all works out in the end.
Yeah, it will.
And that's a good thing to do, like make some like
major
broad
majors, if you don't know.
You can choose a lot of things. And talk about that, like what are you thinking of doing, Adam and Maddi?
Well, me personally, I'm really looking into things like aviation and kind of like just anything flying. That's kind of been an interest of mine for a long time.
Top Gun. Sorry, continue.
And yeah, I think just any sort of school that can get me up in the air, no matter what I do up there, is something that's going to make me happy.
Cool.
So.
And that's what really matters. Just like being happy in what you're doing.
It's also, it pays a lot of money. So
I could not ever do that. I'd be scared. I'd just kill everyone.
You went skydiving, Maddi.
I know. No, it's not the fear of the heights. It's like everyone is in my hands.
I guess, yeah, you have a lot
of
no,
that's
fair.
True.
Yeah. Can't just go on airplane mode. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I want to be a dentist, possibly an orthodontist, but I just want to get in there and see like because there's a lot of stuff I can do within the field. I can be a specialist, I can be a general dentist, I can go to be an orthodontist, I can go to be an oral surgeon. Like there's so many different things.
You're also going to make more than all 4 of us, or all 3 of us combined.
But I have to like make a throw because it's like 8 to 10 years. So like that's also been a struggle of like understanding that, okay, yeah, you're graduating, congrats, but like now you're gonna have
How'd you decide you wanted to do that?
It's kind of like weird. So I was just thinking about everything that I like to do, and I was like, oh, I'm kind of OCD, kind of have like issues with things needing to be like clean. I like hygiene. I do want to be like comfortable in life. I like school, so I was like, I'm not gonna struggle with like the concept of school, even though the classes are gonna be hard. So yeah.
Wow.
I also know a lot of people that I've been talking to have been saying that they're going to go in undecided, and a lot of people have been kind of terrified of that. But I mean, from what I understand, I know that like going in undecided seems to be a pretty easy thing to do. I feel like a lot of people are a little more nervous than they have to be, not knowing what they want to do for the rest of their lives. But you have that freedom to basically change your major for your first year of college,
and
not even have
life.
to. Yeah,
I feel like some people think that going in undecided is like bad. And like they should know what they want to do very quickly.
I used to think like that, but I don't.
But it's not. Like, it's a good thing to know, like, yes, I want to further my education, but I'm not sure yet. And it's honestly good because you're not, like, wasting all this money.
We're also wicked young, too, so, like, it's early to make that decision.
We don't have to be choosing the rest of our life at 18.
No.
I also feel like there's a bit of a stigma with the whole like changing your major through college kind of thing. But from what I understand, I mean, most people who want to change their major, they usually go into like a fairly similar field. And you're also going to have all your core classes done anyway. Like having like, you know, you still need to take that like English class, that math class your first year. So if you change your major, you're not going to need to retake those classes. It's like just the specialty ones, which take the least amount of time out of all the college classes you're going to be taking.
And it's what you're interested in. So like, it's really different.
My legit biggest fear is getting into like my 6th year of dental school and being like, nope, not for me. And then I like wasted all this money. But I feel like that's not a thing. I feel like when you go into a major, you're gonna know if you want to do it. Like,
I think very quickly you'll realize
if it's for you or not.
And through like the internships and stuff, and like I've been talking to a bunch of my teachers, like none of them, majority of them, went to college for what they're doing now. Miss Kosha, I was talking to her, she was an art major and now she's a guidance counselor. Like Miss London was a stockbroker, like so random. That is,
Miss Hall was an accountant.
So like you're not stuck once we're there, and I think we as seniors need to like get that out of our mind because it's a huge stress. Because I'm like, what do I want to do? I don't want to be stuck. I don't want to be miserable. I want to like make money. And,
travel abroad.
Yes.
What do you guys think about it?
The schools that I'm going to,
college.
every single one of them has to have a travel abroad program. I want to take some sort of trip every single year that I'm in college, whether it be like a spring break or a semester abroad kind of thing. But I want to get out. Like, love Abington.
Oh yeah.
But you know,
I
want to see other places. Want to be a little bit outside the United States every once in a while.
Yeah,
you know?
I think it's important to like broaden your horizon on just other things. You know, like
seeing more than just our American Massachusetts setting.
Right, because there's so
much. There's so much out there. And with school, like we are going to Puerto Rico this year. Are you both going on that trip?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So all 4 of us are going on that Puerto Rico trip. So I think that's the start of like this love for adventure that like a lot of people are gonna get. And like some of us already have it. Like I personally haven't been out of the country, but I just love traveling and going places. But I really want to travel abroad and like find a school that has opportunities where I can still take my classes, but
in the places.
Somewhere else.
I'm gonna go to Morocco. I think I'm going, and like I want to go sophomore year because I think just with my major, like that's how it would work. Because UNE, for example, that's like where I want to go. They took UNE and basically put it in Morocco. Like they built an entire campus so I can do any classes there, which I thought was pretty cool.
I know that I think UMass has a similar thing, even though it's UMass Boston. They also have a couple other campuses. I also know Northeastern, I think it's like a campus in London and a campus in California.
I don't know any colleges that don't have
most of the colleges
option.
I've looked at have like 3 campuses, either multiple in this country or like one in like a different, pretty well-known European country. So kind of the easier study abroad places that you could go to.
Yeah, and you don't have to like go study abroad for a full semester. There are options that I've learned about where you can do like a week over April vacation or like a couple weeks during like your classes, and
it all counts for college credit as well.
Yeah, it all counts for college credit.
Another class.
However, it's so expensive.
But it's all right.
But it's okay.
That's right. We're learning that from Puerto Rico as well. So
through filling out the FAFSA and Common App, it's not a good time.
No. FAFSA.
Yeah, how's everyone's experience with that? Like filling out the Common App, all these tedious things where you have to fill in your name 10,000 times. It's like you should know it by this point.
It's really annoying. I mean, I know like I got through it. But for some reason, the FAFSA is making me a little mad just because it's like I put in my email and phone number and all that kind of stuff, and they're like, all right, now you need to wait 3 days to fill out the rest of it.
Yep.
And I'm like,
because they have to like wait for something to sync. I think it's their social security number.
Yeah,
like,
they have to wait for like check if you're the actual person. Like, come on, like
I don't know. It's
trying to be done.
We're the U.S. government. You have like cameras in my house anyway. Like, come on, you should know who I am by now.
Yes.
Like,
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, and then just like I think everyone's gonna get this huge relief once all of this is done. Come like December, once all the early decision or early action, once all those results come out, everyone's just gonna be like,
because I definitely feel like the whole class right now is a little tense, and I feel like that's why like fall sports are extra stressful this year, and why clubs are extra stressful right now. But just because of all the background stuff going on, it's kind of like coming through.
Yes. And also knowing, like, in my mind, early action is, like, the only option.
Me too.
And I rushed myself
it's, like, so bad.
and I didn't realize, like, I could have waited. Like, I didn't have to do this to myself. And I think a lot of people are doing this to themselves. It's like, I need to get it done in 2 weeks.
A lot of people are feeling
and
that.
I also feel like for people like us though, who thought that early action was really the only decision, was we're gonna be less stressed so much quicker though, because as you said, we're gonna get our results by December and then be able to apply. Like we'll have months to be able to make our decisions.
Yes.
So
It's probably also wicked stressful for teachers too, who have to like burn through so many letters.
Sucks.
Oh yeah, I feel so bad for Miss Tomlin.
Yeah, poor Miss Tomlin.
Yeah, all those teachers writing the recommendations is just like it's a lot.
I cannot.
Yeah, and reading our essays and like doing that.
Oh yeah, how is the process of your essay writing?
It made
Mine's also done.
Yeah, so being in the AP English class made it so much easier, since we basically did our college essay as the summer work, and then had Ms. Tomlin basically just peer edit the entire thing for us and have it be submitted for a grade as well. So not only do we know what an English teacher would grade our college essay, we also know like what she personally as a human being thinks of our college essay.
Ms. Tomlin has been amazing in the entire process of like
this is the Miss Tomlin episode right now.
Yeah,
this is the Miss Tomlin episode.
I can't speak to that, but Miss McHugh has done an amazing job.
No, we love Miss McHugh
I love
too.
Miss McHugh. She has done an amazing job in my essay. She's honestly, I go to her bridge block almost every day, and I'm just like ranting about life. And
but it's also like some kids are not
there.
No, and like it's okay too, like that if you don't know what you want to write about, because it's hard in one essay to write who you are.
Yeah.
Like in the grand scheme of things, that's very hard to do.
That's
you
very
tell the college
difficult.
who you are, what you're like,
Yeah.
and like how you go about life.
Yes, and as much as we're all like complaining about writing, like the 650 words is not a lot.
No,
it's
nothing.
But I feel like that's the hard part.
That's the hard part. And like you would think it would be worse to have a longer longer limit, like a bigger limit, but like it's not. Like cutting my original draft was 950 words and I had to cut that down. And it's like not the essay I'd like want it to be, but it's like the best it's gonna get right now with that limit. And that's definitely a tough thing that I think is gonna hold people back, like, and it's different than they thought it would be.
I think it's also important though that the limit, not only just because I can like read it faster, but also it forces you to get to like the point quickly and like not fill it with like
embellish
crap.
Yeah. I feel like a little bit opposite of what you were saying, where you wrote a 950 word essay. I set the cap at 650. I'm not writing more than 650 for my first one, and I feel like because I did that, it kind of held myself back a little bit, because then I had to do more editing and add in more points and take out more stuff. Like before, I feel like if I actually wrote more, then it would have been a lot easier for me to like find the points in the essay that are able to, like, the strong points that I should keep, because I mean, if I'm only writing 650 words, then everything kind of has to be a strong point, because that's my entire essay.
Very true.
Facts.
Yeah, and that's just like what it is right now, so definitely tough. Straying away from college, any school events, like school in general, not college related. We have homecoming coming up, Spirit Week is next week. Exciting things for us seniors.
Spirit Week's going to be interesting.
Yeah, Spirit Week.
I think it'll be good.
People have been very optimistic about like bring your own different backpack day or whatever.
Yeah, anything but a backpack day. People are definitely optimistic about that.
Yeah.
We'll
I feel like we have a pretty like tight class, so if there's a majority of people who like dress up or everything for like Disney Day or
I
like
hope
anything but a
people,
backpack
like, do
day.
it, you know?
I feel like we're all going to be great. The seniors are going to be amazing.
I feel like the senior class
I feel like the
is
younger
really good.
grades might, because I mean, us as a younger grade, I
Yeah,
don't think we
you're
would have wanted
it's like
to
the
run around
confidence
and,
part
like,
of it.
Yeah, exactly.
And like I think picture day, where we were all like having so much fun with that, and it, like that really brought us together more. And
100%.
we just had so much fun, and like that brought us all together, and it was really such a good bonding moment. And I
feel like that's what we need after not having COVID too.
And like all the underclassmen like loved it. They were so happy that we were doing it, and I think it's just a really good thing, just like making us happy. And
and now we're actually doing it as like a school sponsored event, really, so we can go even more. We can do more with it, and even the teachers will get involved this time, because it'll be
of our Spirit Week.
For Spirit Week they'll know everything. Like I know Miss Tomlin, she's definitely going to dress up in some sort of Disney outfit. Like
100%.
yeah, and like for dress up like a teacher day, like that's gonna be so fun.
Well, leadership class will be climbing trees.
You'll be climbing trees? What are you climbing trees for?
We're going to Canton, maybe? I don't know. I think that's where we're going. But it's to help, like, I think we're going to go in pairs and, like, help each other through the courses. So.
Oh, like a rope course kind of thing.
Do you know what it's called?
leadership class?
No, like the place
Oh,
you're going to.
Treetop Adventures.
I've been
Oh,
so
yeah.
fun.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think we went
Okay.
like 5th grade, or we went to the one on the Cape near Heritage
Nope,
Parks.
no memory.
No, there is a memory, and we went. Maybe I just went personally, but it was a good time.
I think so.
That's so fun.
I don't. That
Yeah,
being a
no,
school
those
thing.
places, you kind of scared me when you said climbing trees.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
that's,
yeah.
like, that's like a
Tree
rope
in the
You
course.
thought
Like,
rope
I
course.
thought you were thinking like you were like going
Just
outside
going
of
up.
the school. And
It's like, oh, that one. And just
Yeah.
scramble up it.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not good at that.
How are we feeling about homecoming coming up next week? I think next Friday.
yeah, I
Next
mean, the
Friday.
votes for court was today.
Oh,
That
yes.
that
Yeah.
came out.
That
I think
was
that closes.
very confusing. I didn't expect it to just be a list.
I'm,
of
massive.
it's
everyone
it's
wanted
kind
to
of
know.
funny that we can fit our entire grade on one Google
It
Doc.
was
That's
a lot
crazy.
less. It was a lot less people than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it would be way more, and you just had to like select 5
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, that's-
or it was like 10. But
Yeah.
I guess it was simple, so
It seemed like nothing then, but now we have the homecoming game, homecoming itself.
Yeah,
we
wait,
have
when is
to.
it?
We have like.
The homecoming game?
next week.
Oh.
Next
Next
Thursday
Thursday.
is the game.
Is there a
next
theme?
Friday.
I don't-
Great question.
That's a wonderful
That's
question.
a find out then.
That's
We'll,
a find
we'll
out.
figure that
Find
out.
then thing.
Okay.
But homecoming's inside this year. I personally enjoyed it outside.
I
excited
did
to
too.
outside.
I
really loved
liked
it outside.
I loved it outside. I thought it
Yeah.
was good to have fresh air. We had the dance
Yeah.
floor, we had the tent. It was just like
Yeah.
refreshing, and it wasn't even that like cold. Like you
No,
think it would
it
be
was-
cold.
it was
We had a
nice.
good time.
Yeah.
But I
Our,
mean,
our freshman year inside one, that one just felt like claustrophobic.
But we also were freshmen, so I
guess,
feel
yeah,
like
it was awkward as well, but-
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I know.
Yeah. I
mean,
it's like stand.
spend most of my time just like tripping over shoes in a corner. So like,
Oh.
Because everyone takes their shoes
everyone
off.
takes their shoes off.
Yeah, especially in heels.
But the
that.
main reason that I know for us doing it inside this year, besides the fact that like we had to do it outside for COVID and stuff,
Right.
those tents are so much more expensive.
Yeah.
than,
Oh, that
like-
makes sense, honestly.
Yeah, that's
and we'd
like-
rather save that money for like.
Yeah, like
Bigger
we're doing
reception.
senior reception is going to be on the
Yeah.
Spirit of Boston, so that's going to be really
Yeah.
fun. Also expensive, but we have
But worth
a good
it.
amount of it's going to be worth it, and we have a good amount of money saved up to use it.
I mean, yeah, we
Yeah.
gotta spend
But
that
if
money,
we
so-
were to
Gotta spend it.
get tents and do it outside again, that would have just been like $3,000 down the drain just for some white
Yeah.
tents over our heads, not even like
Yeah,
mentioning the
no.
DJ or the food or
Dance
anything like that. The
floor
dance
and
floor
Yeah.
itself.
everything. There's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah.
Isn't there also this like homecoming game they got going on with teachers where you put like your flag on the teacher's face and they get pied at the end of the night?
I
I
think
remember
that's
Stacey
no
talking
idea
about
what
it.
you're
I'm pretty
talking
sure that's
about.
going on for the juniors. Like
Oh,
I
it's
think
juniors?
that's I think
Pie
it's,
in
no,
the
we're
face?
we're
Unlucky.
doing it still, but I might be
Wait.
wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
Explanation.
There's
Explanation.
some like a bunch of teachers gonna be set up around the gym, and
Yeah.
you like take like a paper football, I think Miss Daisy said, or something like that, pin it on. Whoever's the most pins at the end of the night gets pied in the face.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, are they pinning it to their face?
It's just
No,
like the
like
posters
pictures.
Oh,
of like
pictures.
pictures.
Oh.
Just I don't know, it's
Oh,
weird. But
Yep.
But yeah, no,
Wow.
I'm pretty
Find out
sure
then.
that's not run by the seniors.
that's
Okay.
unfortunate.
So I think that might be.
I wanna
I think
see
it's
this.
another class that's
I wanna
running
see
that,
this
but it's
and
gonna
I-
be at homecoming, and we're all gonna be able to participate in it, no matter what class
at
we're in.
homecoming?
So yeah, it's gonna be.
Oh,
at
I love that.
homecoming.
I like that there's, like,
no, this is
events
happening
there.
at the end of the night. This is something to look forward to at
Oh,
homecoming.
Well, convince
Jesus.
us to stay for the 3
Exactly.
hours.
Exactly right.
No, that'll be fun. And then isn't the juniors also doing
Oh, push the principals.
Yeah, punish the principals
Punish the
at lunch.
principals,
Yeah.
yeah, it's when they like have to do
I
the
like all
working
these
out
fun events we're able to get back and just like
Yeah.
random fun things that's making school like a little less
to
painful.
help with like the senior stress.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I feel like all teachers have said that, like get through the first few months and you're good.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
It does. Very insightful.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Cool.
I think unless anybody has anything else to say, I think that's a pretty good run for our first podcast of the year. I'd like to thank all of you for coming and everybody else for watching. And that has been Senioritis, episode 1.
Yay.